fun. I'm going to try and speedrun today's Langle, all 3 levels. Let's see how we do. So this first one, it helps that I know the language, but this is Chinese. You can tell because it uses Hanzi, and you can't see any Japanese type characters, katakana, hiragana in there. They're all Hanzi, so if they're all look like either Chinese or Japanese, but you don't see any of those specific to Japanese characters, it is most definitely Chinese, which is going to show up here as Mandarin probably. There we go. So confirm, that should be correct. Beautiful. So let's go to level 2. Now level 2, let's see. It's clearly something that uses the Cyrillic script. You might immediately jump to Russian. Let's see. Всички хора са раждат свободни и равни по достоинство и права. I don't see anything that points me away from Russian, so I am going to make my first guess Russian. Watch it be, well, I don't think it's Serbian, but let's see. Watch this be wrong. Yeah, knew it. Okay, so it's something else that uses the Cyrillic script. It's not Russian. Razem I svest I sledva da se odnasiat. It doesn't have any letters that I would say are specific to Ukrainian, like the other E, which looks like a Latin I. What are the options here? Okay. It could be Belarusian, actually. Russian was quite close. Any other good options here? Well, no, let's try Belarusian then. Closer still, okay. So that narrows things down somewhat. Let's see here. Georgian, German, Hawaiian, Hebrew, Hindi. So it's got to be something Slavic. It could be Macedonian, but I don't think it is. Slovak or Slovene. I'm quite sure that Slovak uses the Latin alphabet. Let's try Slovene. Oh, okay, so it was in fact, where'd it go? Slovene. My lack of good knowledge of the Slavic language family let me down there, so that is Slovak, it must be. What else uses... Oh, it's Macedonian. Oh, really? There you go. It's not even Macedonian? Well, that's closer still. It's surely not Albanian. Amharic, no. Arabic, Armenian, no. What in the world? I'm embarrassing myself now. I mean, then it must logically be Ukrainian. Oh, it's Bulgarian. Oh, wow. I'm dumb, for real. Okay, well, let's see if we can redeem ourselves here with this. Now, looking at the way it's written here, this is clearly a language from the Americas. And looking at some of the ways some of these words are spelt, like this H-U-E in this word here, that makes me think it's a word that was first transcribed by Spanish-speaking people, so that puts me in South America, Central America, potentially the southern US. It's got some sounds that Spanish doesn't have, hence the use of cues to transcribe something, which is probably some type of back, like a uvula stop, or it could be an adjective. It looks like apostrophes might be used here for a glottal stop, and I would guess the tildes over the Y's indicate nasalization, if I had to guess. Some of these, okay, so the X could be a sh, or it could be a h, but we've got H here as well. Does H occur anywhere that it's not maybe in a digraph, like with the HU to make a hue, hueso, or with the C to make a ch? If CH is a ch, that makes me think that probably X is not a sh. Because then I would expect ch to be written as TX. Ch. But it could still be. I usually embarrass myself with these, so let's see how we do here. Okay, let's just have a look at our options here. I really don't know much about these language families, so I almost always end up just kind of zeroing in based on which ones look like they have Spanish-derived names and a rough idea of which countries some of them are spoken in. Zapotec, yeah, that's from the right sort of area. I don't think it's Kekchi or anything of that sort. Those are further south. That says Metlatonok Mistec could be something. I don't think. Let me actually have a look at that because I don't recall seeing any TL digraphs, right? Note Lamak Chik Gatak da Enik Gatak. Double O. So we have a long vowel. Da'i Ornolek. Ornolets, maybe? I don't see any K's, so the C on its own could be a K or it could be a T. Wesochikbi. Interesting. We've also got long A, so there is vowel length. I'm gonna maybe try. It is Kakchikel is in here. Let's try Kakchikel. There's no K's, so that seems unlikely. Yeah, actually, no, that's a bad guess. Let's see. Let's try and get some sort of geographical info by guessing Mischeck. It's not going to be right, but it'll help me to figure out. Yeah, okay, so it's closer to Kakchikel geographically than it is to Mischeck. This percentage score tells you how close you are geographically to where that language is spoken. Let's move a little further south then, and let's try Ecuadorian Quechua. I don't think it's right. This doesn't look like Quechua, but okay, so we're getting warmer. It is spoken further south than I thought. So let's look at something further south. This means we're getting even further away from languages that I know a lot about. No, that's the wrong sort of direction. I don't think it's any variety of Quechua. Quiche, Purepecha. Papantla, Totonac, no. It's not Namatjigengwa. Namatjigengwa. It's not Nahuatl. Mazahua. Let's try Mazahua. I think that's going to be too far north still. Yeah, very, very bad guess. So Ecuador's closer. Alright, so let's maybe try something further south. We've tried Ecuador. Let's go down to like something from like Argentina or Chile, which I think is going to put us closer to things like, well, the ones that I thought it wasn't going to be, like Kekchi. It could be Kekchi. I don't think it is, but let's, again, geographical info. Yeah, okay, so Ecuador and Quechua is closer still. So we're looking at like the south of Mexico, or like Guatemala, Honduras, maybe one of the islands in the Caribbean, or something like Suriname, or one of the Guineas. Geez, last guess. Let's see. Just based on vibes, at this point, because my knowledge is effectively zero for this chunk of the world. I know enough to be able to spot which languages are from which parts of the world, usually. Could it be Quiche? Let's try Purepecha. I don't know where that's spoken. This is just completely, yeah, no good. Toba, a language with which I am completely unfamiliar, which is spoken in Argentina. So we were thinking along the right lines when we tried to think about Argentina or Guinea. It is a Com language from the Waikuruan language family, about which I know zero. Yeah, okay, so it's spoken in the north of Argentina, maybe also in the south of Paraguay. Well,